So, VC, tell us what your title is.
I'm owner, president of VCH Management.
Perfect. And you are a third generation?
Fourth generation citrus grower in DeSoto County.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your family history then.
Okay, like I said, I'm the third, and the senior, he was born in 1901. His dad died at a young age, and my great granddad had 5 brothers who raised my granddad, who
Okay.
was pretty much a legend around here. Everybody called him Mose. He owned the car dealership here in Arcadia, and had all the groves out west of town. And he was just a legend, and started everything, and here we are today.
Where did he come from?
He was born and raised in an orange grove right here in DeSoto County.
But so the first VC.
He was here too, but his dad came from Georgia,
Okay.
and all those boys actually came from Georgia. They were escaping the Civil War coming down here.
Okay. And now, what made him choose Arcadia?
I don't know. They came, back then you came and you stopped.
Well, I didn't know if there was like a
Well,
railroad point at that?
when you say Arcadia, they didn't come to Arcadia. They came to Pine Level.
Oh, okay. Where's that?
Pine Level's it's in DeSoto County, but it used to be the county seat of Manatee, Sarasota, like 5 counties
Okay.
around here. And Pine Level's got a real big history, and that's where all our stuff is.
Okay, well, yes, if that was the county
That's
seat,
the-
they probably went there to get work, so.
Yeah, it's the oldest church in town. It's the oldest everything.
Oh, my gosh, okay.
Yeah.
And so when they came down, did they work for somebody first? I mean, the first?
No, they came down, and back then, came down and you said, took a piece of land, and that's what you did.
Okay. Did they know anything about citrus growing beforehand?
To my knowledge, no, but they picked it up real quick and planted groves. And back then you didn't have irrigation, you didn't have anything, but trees grew very well. But my granddad, like I said, his dad died. The other boys tried to raise him, but he was not very good boy, if you know what I mean. So they sent him to Georgia Military Institute.
Okay.
And when he got done up there, came back and and went to Sarasota and met some people there and started selling real estate. And this is back in the 1920, 21.
Before the Depression, right?
Right before the Depression. Made a lot of money and came back to Arcadia.
He wasn't selling any of that swampland, was he?
No, he was selling beach and stuff
Okay.
he met up with some Jewish people and he made a lot of money. And came back here and went by the farm, picked up one of the guys working at the farm, a Negro fella, and had him put on his Georgia military suit, and then made him drive him through Arcadia while he was in the back seat. So that's how my granddad was, Mose. He would do neat stuff like that. But he loved orange groves. He loved them. And he had a dealership, but anytime he got a chance to buy an orange grove, he bought one. And people would come to him back then, and during the Depression, nobody had any money.
Right.
And so he'd buy their taxes, and then that's how he got a lot of them.
And so what was your initiation into the industry then?
Mine, all my life. I went to Florida Southern. I had Dr. Pravat and Mr. Mack, Started there in 1978, and when I graduated, I could have done anything, gone anywhere. There were a lot of jobs back then.
Right.
But my dad said, no, you're coming back home. We just had the 80 freezes.
Right.
And so I came back home and went to work, and I've been there ever since. I've been there 40-something years, working.
Now, did you start out like in the groves helping your dad when you were a kid too?
Oh, yeah.
Because pretty much everybody
Oh, yeah.
did, but.
Yeah, back then you burnt pots and did whatever, you just worked.
I was asking Justin, I said, so did you miss that part when we had to go fire the groves and let everybody out of school? He goes, I never had to do the smudge pots.
Oh, I did.
I said, oh my gosh, that was tough. Those boys would come back just covered in soot.
Yeah. I remember one night driving the fuel truck, and it didn't have a wind chill in it, having to go back and forth to get fuel. And that was the night it was 22, 23 degrees.
Oh, wow.
And I mean,
Was that in the 70s?
That
Or
was
was it 60s?
That was 1980.
Okay.
And in 83 we had a freeze too. And we didn't have microjets or anything like that back then. But we had walking guns.
What were walking guns? The water walking guns?
Yeah, big
Okay.
guns, and they would do like 4 rows this way and 4 rows this way, and they walked down the grove.
Pick them up and move them again.
Pick them up and move them. I had 13 of them I walked.
Ugh.
So I'd work a day, a night, and a day, and then get a night off. And that was the hardest. That was hard and hot. Handling that aluminum pipe all day long.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. So I worked at it, and then when I graduated, I came back and went to work and had a little easier time. He kind of put me in charge of people and that kind of thing. And ended up staying in charge and being in charge. And since then, I was on Farm Service Agency. I was chairman of that during Hurricane Charlie, and you know what happened there.
Oh, yes.
And I've been on commission. I was on the commission for 8 years. I sit on Mutual, and I sit on the board at Florida Natural. So
Oh, nice.
I've done a lot of stuff.
So on those boards, you've seen a lot of changes, especially, in the last 20 years. You talked about change.
Oh, man.
It's been amazing.
Crazy, yeah.
And even here, when Irma went through that was actually worse than Charlie, wasn't it?
No.
No?
No. On that side of town it was.
Okay.
This side of town, Charlie, the west side of town.
I was in Winter Haven when that went through.
Yeah, Charlie is the.
We might have to do that over, because you'll have to edit that out. I don't know what that was, because it's the first time we ever heard that.
Yeah.
So.
We could figure out that was Charlie, wasn't it?
Charlie's the only hurricane that ever entered in one side of the state as a hurricane and exited out of the other side of the state and was still a hurricane. The eye went dead over my house.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I was in Winter Haven.
Yeah, I know,
And
and it was
Bartow
still-
was the center for all 3 of them, and they, when you put it on the map, all 3 of them.
You
crossed
know what
Bartow.
was in the center of the eye? It was clear. Clear as a bell. You could walk out, strike a
Oh.
match like nothing, but there were birds all in it. Every kind of bird you can think of.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing that they would even be able to live through that to get to the eye.
They stuck in it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they were stuck in it. And anyway, that was a heck of a time. Heck of a time.
But when Irma came through, that was the water damage was on the other side. Is that what you're saying?
But we didn't. No, this side wasn't. We didn't have. It wasn't that bad at all. It was really on the east side of town.
Okay, because Bobby Mixon was here earlier.
He's got a lot of stuff on the east side. of
Okay,
town.
so he said he was like 16 inches. You had to wait 3 days for it to go
Yeah,
down.
there was a lot more water with that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing how it's on one side, not the other.
Yeah.
So.
And Charlie was like, actually Charlie was very narrow. It was like a big tornado is what it was.
Right.
And it was strong. Golly,
That was a scary one.
I don't ever want to go through anything like that again.
Yeah, that was a scary one. I remember that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And, so we kinda do our own thing. We pick our own fruit and, you know, and we haul our own fruit. We take care of our own grows. We do it all. Kinda like Bobby does, you know, he did the same thing.
right, that's what he said. Now, do you do it for other people as well, or is it just mainly all your
No,
stuff?
I just do it. I do it. I mean, I will if somebody gets in trouble or something like that, you know,
Right, just
I try to
out.
help them out. But I just mainly do it for the family.
Now, when you guys started out, how many acres did you start out with, and how did you acquire and grow
Well,
over
we've
the
gone
years?
up and down, you know, but at one point, we were at probably about 8,500 acres, and we're right in the 4,200 acres, something like that.
With all the greening that's going on, are you guys gonna do replanting, or
I
what's
have.
happening? Yeah?
I've reset, 600 acres, new, high density, new root stocks, 942, and they're doing good. Seem to be doing really good. Yeah.
Knock on wood, baby.
Yeah, yeah. I just hope they test good. Yeah, that's what we really need to do. We need to get this fruit to test a little better.
Right, because it's so low in pricks.
Yeah, low in everything, and then we got to get that fixed some kind of way.
So, when you were on these different boards, what are some of the major challenges that you faced, other than greening? Because I know everybody's facing that, but you've had a lot of stuff going through.
Yeah, my goodness. Well, I mean, Charlie, I lived up there at Farm Service Agency after that, but I had all this damage down here too. But you had to sign everything, the chairman had to sign everything, and you know how many, that's crazy, and,
Awash in paperwork.
huh?
Awash in paperwork.
I mean, and to have all the, you know, destruction I had down here. But then when I got on commission, you know, that was different for me, you know, we got a new guy, another new guy, and we kind of went through that deal.
You had, oh, I just lost his name.
Yeah, the first one, he wasn't there very long, and then we got Doug, and then Doug.
Doug
well,
Ackerman, right.
He had to go,
Right.
and then got Shannon, and Shannon's
Shannon's been there,
Yeah,
right.
she's good. She
Yep.
is good. But that was a lot of fun. We did a lot of good things while we were on there.
What would you say would be your proudest accomplishment there?
I was on the scientific research committee, and I redid the whole scientific research department. And that's what Chairman McKenna wanted me to do. I was chairman of the scientific research department. And I hired Rosa, got her, and she has been a godsend, and changed everything around in Lake Alfred. So that's kind of what I did.
And what prompted that?
They were wasting a lot. This was a lot of waste. A lot of people that had been there for long, you know, they should have retired. They just hadn't. So that's kind of what I did.
Time to go.
Yep.
Well, and in the restructuring process, how much do you think you've saved in that regards?
Restructuring what now?
The research department.
Oh, I don't know, but it was a lot. I mean, I was also helped with help with it with that gun. I can't remember his name now. But he went on to do a lot of stuff with Harold.
Harold
Yeah,
Browning?
Harold helped me.
Okay.
Harold helped me out a lot.
Right. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a real good guy. Yeah, he really helped me out a lot.
Now, the CRDF.
Yep.
That's out there now.
Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
And Rick Dancer's in charge of that.
Yep.
So how's that going?
Well, it's going. I mean, they're looking, and I think Rick's trying to do his best, you know. But this greening thing is just a tough deal.
It is.
You know, and we're trying to get this injection deal done, but that's going to be a lot of work. That's really in the end. I don't think that's not the. We need a tree.
You need a tree, absolutely.
We need a tree and need a rootstock and need all that, and then it's going to take starting over again, you know.
So you're at least 5 years into it then. So.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's an issue that everybody's facing, and they're all facing it differently, and some have, with the boom in real estate, have gone in that regard.
A lot of them. And
So-
I mean, I've seen, I go to board meetings and stuff like that across, you know, wherever, all Bartow and Lake Wells, and that just grows I've seen all my life. You know, there's not there anymore.
We were up in Lake County because we have this
And did I ever think that DeSoto County would be the largest?
citrus producing
Yeah,
county in
I
the
mean, that
state.
was
No.
Polk County my whole life, and that was what it was. And then,
I grew up in Polk County, so
well,
absolutely.
I
yeah.
went to school, I went to school in Polk County.
Yeah.
I lived on Lake Hollingsworth.
Oh, wow. And then that college has changed a lot too, but so
Yeah.
tell us, so in terms of that, so the production area has increased tremendously. We've got a lot more trees actually in the ground here than have ever been here, right?
Yeah, right.
So tell us a little bit
But
about
there's
that
been
shift.
a lot of groves pushed up in the
Yes.
last year and a half, 2 years, I'm telling
But
you.
now Justin said something I thought was interesting. He said, you know, when the hurricanes came through, part of, you know, yes, it was destructive, but it was, in one sense, a blessing in disguise because it pushed out all the old stuff that needed to go anyways and made us reset some stuff that we needed to get, you know, to make us do something that, yeah, we probably would have held on a lot longer to or
Right,
whatever. So I don't
right.
know, I mean,
Right, I still got a lot of old stuff that's still ticking, and I like it.
do you have anything still like with the seedlings, any of that stuff left?
Yes.
And because I had heard that those were still resistant to HLB, I
Well,
wasn't sure.
and bittersweet to a certain extent. I had a nursery too. That's kind of, when I started working for the family, I could see I wasn't gonna make it for what they were paying me. And so I had a piece of land, so I started a nursery, and a field-grown nursery, and I planted a ton of orange grove. I grew a ton of trees. Grew a lot of trees for Bobby. I grew them for everybody. The Turners, I mean, I grew them for everybody all over the state, actually.
I didn't realize you had a nursery, so.
Yeah, I did. I did till the advent of greening, and then you had to have everything in a greenhouse. And I said, that's it. I'm not a greenhouse boy. Even though I grew my liners in the green, I had a
Right, you
greenhouse
had
for
to, yeah.
But no, I love the nursery. I mean, I used to deliver all the trees and everything else, and be back here to put the men to work by 7 o'clock. That was
Now, so.
hard work.
So you just gave that up recently then?
15 years ago,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, that's recent in this,
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
business.
Yeah, I'm 62, so that is, it seems like a while ago.
I've got you by a year.
Yeah, do you?
So
Yeah.
so go back then to, in terms of, talk about the growth of DeSoto County in terms of the citrus.
Well, you know, Alico, which it wasn't Alico, it was, I remember the guys that came in to do it all, and, you know, it was all divided up, and they sold lots to everybody, and it was kind of a shady type deal, if you know what I mean. But they got it done, and, a lot of people could have a 10-acre block, you know, of orange grove, and they would take care of it and charge you, and, you know, and do this and that and the other, and they did, I think they did pretty good on it. And then it changed, and has changed to what it is now today, and, you know, and I think it's run pretty good out there, and it's done well.
But is it still in the 10-acre blocks though, or?
Well, yeah.
Still? And
Yeah,
but
but I
owned by
mean,
people?
but Delico owns them all.
Owns all now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still, that's just how it was done.
Well, they did that up in Howie in the Hills, and that guy got in trouble. Because they said it was something, you know, else. I don't remember the entire story, but.
Well, these guys, you know, like I said, it was a little shady because, you know, it's kind of like how back in the 20s, how they sold land here. They would just plot out the land, and it'd be little, you know, half-acre things, and people from all over the United States would, you know, think it was cheap and buy a lot so they could come to Florida, and then
And I was a lake.
They come find it and there's not a road to it. They don't know where it is. And I still got a lot of those old subdivisions. I bought all the lots back, just paying taxes on them, but my granddad and dad did a lot of that. There was a lot of that done in DeSoto County back then.
Yeah, I'd heard some of those stories too. But I didn't realize that's how Alico started out. We haven't done that one yet.
Yeah, I
so.
want to say those guys were from Tampa, and they came here, and I know they lived right over here by West Elementary. They had bought a house, or some of them did, and I could just remember when they started. Jerry Newland, I think, was working for them, and
Well, I'll ask him about that this afternoon.
yeah, Eddie Clement, and Buddy Strickland. Buddy Strickland still works out there.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But Jerry knows all about it. He does.
We'll ask Jerry for sure. But in terms of some of the people who helped grow the whole DeSoto County citrus
You had
area.
the Brewers, you had the Wells, like I said, Louis Morgan, my granddad, the Sarles,
Right.
and then I'm sure I'm missing people, but that bunch of people, when we talk about DeSoto, I talk about Hardee too, because they all meshed together.
Right. Okay.
And everybody knew each other from both counties, and so that kind of did it too. And there's people up there that had grow here, and we had grow up there, and that kind of thing. So it's kind of mixed all out.
Now, when they started planting down, I guess it would have been Hardee County, like when the Pauls and the Berries came in.
Right.
Was that
The Pauls, they went down to LaBelle,
so further down?
further down,
Okay.
and planted down there, and the Berries.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack Berry, old man Jack Berry, and my granddad, and Ben Hill Senior, and Lap Maxey were very good friends. He would take them all to, like, if New York was playing in the World Series, he'd load them all up and take them up there and take them to the World Series.
Who would?
Jack
Wood? Okay.
Jack Berry, yeah.
Yeah.
And when I was going to Florida Southern, Jack Jr. was a senior in school up there.
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Because Jack and I went to school together. He was a
Okay.
couple years older than I am.
Okay.
We were in school, Winter Haven High School together.
Yeah, he was a senior when I was up there. He was a hoot.
Yes, he was.
He was.
Yep. So, but I mean, pretty much everybody in that class, you had a good group of people.
We did. Oh,
Yeah,
we had
good
an
group of
excellent.
people.
I mean, Dan Ritchie was my RA.
Oh, my gosh.
Lived in the Citrus house.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So Dan's on our board. He's a good guy.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep, he tells a lot of good stories from those days.
Oh yeah. He was my man. Took care of me.
I'm gonna have to say something to him now.
Yeah, he'll tell you about it. He'll just have a big smile on his face. What he will.
So, well, I used to be engaged to his brother-in-law.
Oh.
Long,
okay.
long time ago.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that didn't,
Didn't
I was a
work
little
out.
too independent for him.
Yeah.
So,
But we did. I mean, that particular time, there were a lot of kids. I mean, that was
This is a place to go.
The citrus department was huge.
right,
And we had people in there from everywhere, not just Florida. They were everywhere.
right.
And of course, we had the best, Dr. Pratt and Mr. Mack. And I mean,
Those were the dynamic duo.
they were, by golly, and we learned a lot from them. Really did. That's the other thing. When I came back, we had the freezes. You know, I was up here and I'd learned about microjets and this and that and the other, and we had all these walking guns and stuff like that. And they had pipes going, you know, regular PVC going under the ground, but you'd have to hook a hose to it.
Right.
So I took a block. My dad said, "Well, show me about these microjets." So I took a little block. It was a 70-acre block, and I took about 20 acres of it on the end, and I got my guys, and we put microjet in it. and just plugged into the main line. And one of the other freezers came by, and I turned it on. And my granddad went by it after the freeze, said, what happened to this block here? I said, those microjets, they helped it. What microjets? I said, see those things under the tree? And he said, why don't I have that in every one of my grows?
Well, I know a guy.
so that's what I did for the next, however long it took me. I put microjets in everything.
Now, was that when MaxiJet had brought those over?
And that, well, back then they were microjets, you know, it was still black poly, and you could get it. Rick George was here, and he was a big distributor.
I forgot that he was distributing that, because he was one who invented the actual overheads.
Right.
So, well, Rick's a Winter Haven guy, so
Yeah.
I knew Rick
Yeah.
quite well.
Yeah.
He
Well, Rick
he
lived
was-
right here, and he talked about another, some wild people up there, wasn't there?
Well, they had to get out because they were too wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rick was a card.
He was a card.
Yep.
He sure was. But he was, as far as microjets go, I mean, he was it here in Arcadia. He got it, you know, everybody started seeing what they did, and everybody put them in.
Right. And his son still live here?
You know, I see him from time to time. I don't know where he lives. His other son died.
Which was the one that was on Shark Tank?
No, he's still,
That's the one that's still
he's
around,
still
right?
alive, but I don't know where he's at.
Okay. I didn't know the other one died.
Yeah,
Is-
he died quite a while ago.
But did he die before Rick's, Jody, before Jody?
Jody, his wife?
Jody was his girlfriend, wife.
Girlfriend, yeah.
But that had the airboat accident.
Died after her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, she died in an airboat accident over here on the Lake Okeechobee.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. I remember him telling me about that. It's like,
Yeah,
that was horrible.
it was horrible. Yeah.
So,
That was
but
horrible.
Rick's not here anymore, is he?
No.
No, he's been gone a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his last thing he did, he was sick while I was doing it, but I planted like a 560-acre grove, and he drew it all out for me. He was at his house, and he was in, you know, just before he died, he drew it all out and everything else, and gave me the paper. And
Wow.
I said, how much I owe you? He said, just take it easy.
That was Rick. He's a very
Yeah.
generous guy.
He was. He was.
So,
Yeah, you ought to see his thing at the cemetery.
what is it?
He's in a what do you call it, a tuxedo, and he's standing up, and he's got his arms all just like that, and it's granite, and that's what, it's him.
That is too funny.
Yeah,
That's
when
oh
you
my
drive
gosh.
when you drive by, it's Joshua Creek Cemetery right over here, and when you drive by it, you'll see him. You'll think it's him out there standing up, going, "Hey!"
Drinks on me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
he-
my, it's worth a visit.
It is.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
So, oh my gosh. Okay, let's get back to business. Sorry.
Okay.
That was, yeah.
Yeah,
Going down memory
got
lane.
sidetracked. Yeah.
Going down memory lane. So, you had said that Bobby Mixon was a mentor to you.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
tell us
yeah.
about that.
Well, I just saw how hard he worked. I saw what he did, and and I was going through a little tough time in my life, a little divorce, and he really, you know, truly helped me out during that. And I just, you know, we could always talk all the time and everything else, and you know, they just sold out. I mean, I was
He
just.
said that his birthday is October 22nd.
Yeah, he'll be 89.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he told me he's a DC. I've been doing it 66 years, and you know, the kids are, you know, they're tired of fighting this greening, and it's two families too, and so.
Right.
He said, "What the heck? I've done it. I'm ready to rest."
He's
a good man.
He is. He was saying how he just loved what he did, so
Yeah.
it was never like work to him. He loved
No.
every minute of it.
I mean, and he did, by golly, because our groves kind of intermingle all over the place, and you know, we just passed each other all the time.
Right.
And he'd go. I mean, he didn't have to do that, you know. but-
Oh, yeah, it's hard to get him to talk about himself, though, because he'll say,
I know.
well, yeah, well, Mr. Morgan has asked me to do this, and then he'd want me to do this, and then, because I finally had to say no, and he goes, well, I'll get he said, I couldn't find anybody to take that. So Mr. Morgan just said, well, let's just get rid of that, and you just do this.
Yeah.
But that's all he'll say. He won't actually tell you, well, I had to do, you know.
No, he did, oh, man.
He did say that working in the processing plant was one of the hardest things he'd ever done, and he
Yeah.
didn't like that. That was
Yeah.
not what he liked. He liked out in
He
the
liked to be
groves.
outside.
Yeah,
in
he
the grove.
did.
And
He said the
He
prettiest
still
thing-
does, and I told him, hey, come on, let's go anytime.
That's where he wanted to die, is right there in
Yep.
the groves.
Yeah, and I'm the same way.
Yeah. So it's, but yeah, he was, I've never met him before, not that I remember anyways.
Yeah, he doesn't, I mean, he'll go to the Peace River annual meeting here, you know,
Mhm.
every year, and, but he just doesn't go out of town. He won't go to anything out of town.
Neat guy.
Yeah, very, very good, yeah.
So who are some of the other people you've looked up to over the years?
Well, my dad, and my granddad, and I'm telling you, my granddad was a tough man.
Well, he had to be if he came back here and
Yeah,
started
yeah,
in
yeah,
that,
no,
in this
but
area then.
He was a tough man, but everybody loved him here, I'm telling you, I mean, like I said, he had a car dealership, and if somebody, you know, really needed a car and whatnot, he made sure they could get the car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, he really looked out for people and tried to help. And, but, yeah, Bobby, I mean, a lot of people, Charlie Harrison, Senior,
Oh, yeah.
very, you know, Charlie and I grew up in the summers out on Lake June and Lake Placid.
Mm-hmm.
And so we grew up together out there, so who else? Well, Dr. Pravat, man, was another, I mean, he was my mentor. I mean, he was something else to me.
Were you there when we did that when he went into the Hall of Fame and we did the big picture
Yeah,
with
I
all
was
of his
there.
students?
Oh,
Were you?
yeah.
Because we've got that picture there.
I'm in it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm right there.
That was so neat to see all the students
Yeah.
there.
I wouldn't have missed that for nothing.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
He was interesting to interview.
Yeah, he was. He was very intelligent. I mean, just very, you know, he loved, that soul science was that's what he, you know, he got here and got into citrus, but he was a soil scientist, what he was. And that's what I learned more about souls through him than I ever even thought about. So, I mean, I carried that a long ways too. And Mr. Mike just knew about everything. So he, you know, he had something about everything.
He had a good sense of humor, too.
Oh, yeah. He sure did. He sure did.
Well, and he started the Citrus Archives.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and well, they got a museum up there now, don't they? Yeah.
well, it's not necessarily a museum. So we worked with the Florida Citrus Hall of Fame to basically, we have fellowship students there that we fund them to come in and
Go through it?
and go through it and digitize it and archive it so that people can use it. Because when we got there, Donna, he had everything there and in boxes, and if Donna Logan was there, you could find something.
Yeah.
But once Donna left, you couldn't find anything.
Right.
And it was just sitting there doing nothing. So we partnered, it was 2008, we came in and partnered with Florida Southern, and we put that into place so that all the papers and everything that are in there should now be digitized and
Okay.
able to be searchable, database, and a lot of it online.
Wow. That'd be wonderful. I know he had a lot of stuff.
He did, and we, wanted to preserve it and do something with it.
Yeah.
Because as it was just sitting in there in boxes, doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Jimmy Ellis had a lot of stuff too.
Yep. Jim's on our board, or what, he's still on the board, he's getting ready to get off, I think.
Yeah, well, when he ran the packing house, that's where we'd all go and we'd pack fruit and.
In Alturas or where?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right off 80-foot road.
So that's where you guys ran your fruit?
No,
No.
in
But
college.
in college, you'd go to that one and see
We'd
it,
go to
okay.
there and just do fruit and sell fruit, for fun, whatever, because if we were going down to Fort Lauderdale to go to the something, you know, that they had the scientific research thing down there every year.
Okay.
And so we did stuff like that.
Well, I didn't know about that. Jimmy never told me that.
Well, if you mention it to him, he'll say, yeah, they
He'll
sure
remember.
did.
Yep, I remember that
I mean,
place.
Jimmy and I, he was always at a commission meeting too, and he'd always want to know this and know that and everything else what's going on.
He has some stories now. He's telling some
No.
great stories.
Yes, he does.
Oh, my gosh. He tell me about the back of the packing house when they're got the old card games going on. Somebody's got to be in watch for the policeman not to come in.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
So do you guys have some good stories over here?
Oh, yeah, but I don't think better get them on any tape.
Give me one or two that's usable.
Oh, Lord. I don't know that we have any gambling stories or anything
Oh, I'm
like
just.
that. I mean, there's a lot of chicken fighting and that kind of stuff going on, but a good story is, when we did have the freezes and we'd have to light all this stuff. I mean, you did it, but you kind of had to keep yourself motivated, and to be motivated that all night long. You have
Need something to warm you up.
Yeah.
Other than smudge pots.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that could be a dangerous thing in itself, though.
Yeah, that's right. We couldn't talk about that too much. But that was the only way to do it.
It was, I know.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough, and those guns were tough.
Well, just moving those in 100-degree heat. Oof.
Huh?
Just moving those in 100-degree heat.
Well, yeah, the guns, but when it's cold and you got that fuel all over you and you don't have a windshield and you're having to go back and forth, and you don't know how cold you are. So you're right. You got to get some way to where you don't feel it. If you know what I mean.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit. So now, right now, Arcadia is, in DeSoto County in particular, it's growing because of a lot of housing coming in.
Yeah, there is. There's some. There's not a lot.
Not a lot?
There's some, yeah.
But we have more trees in the ground than ever. Is that because they're all new, or?
Most of them. I mean, yeah, most of them are all new. I mean, we've had all these programs, and a lot of people that are in it still are in it, and I don't know how much longer, I really don't know how much longer this thing's gonna, we gotta be able to grow a product that, that we can sell.
Right.
And, that's the biggest thing. I mean, fresh fruit done pretty much. I mean, the hunts, everybody's closed their packing houses and been healing. I mean, it's just going to be a thing to watch, and like I said, I don't know how to do a whole lot of anything else, so I'm going to try to do it till.
Right.
And
How many packing houses do we have left right now? We've got.
You got Dundee, I think, and
Rowe.
and Rowe. And I don't know how many more, but that's all I know.
There's nothing down here at all?
No. Well, I guess Fort Meade, there's Larry Black.
Oh, Larry Black,
Yeah.
Peace River, right?
Yeah, Peace River. But other than that, I don't know anybody packing anything.
Wow, it's down to 3. I mean, I know they've all consolidated, but.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you see, it's just doing nothing but everything's shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and I don't know. It's going to be in the next 10 years. We're going to tell the story. What this injection will do, and what if we can find a new tree, and even a GMO. I mean, if that's the only way we can do it, I mean, I don't see why not do it.
Right, well, they're already doing it with other commodities, so.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I think they kind of know what they need to do to make it work. Yeah, because, and the other one wouldn't be a GMO. It would be, what do they call it? They call it something else, but it's not considered GMO. And the University of Florida's done that.
I can't hear it. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
It's like a non-sex type thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
It's called something, no, but
It's not a hybrid, it's,
they change, but it's not, like, they don't put another gene in an orange tree. They
Right.
do something else to manipulate the genes that are in the orange tree.
so it's genetically altered, but not
Yeah, right.
to where it's, a different, strain. It's the same thing. I'm
Yeah,
not,
I mean,
not explaining it right.
they put spinach genes in them, and that helps, but that's GMO. And this is something that University of Florida's done, but it wouldn't be considered GMO.
No, I can't remember the name of it either.
Yeah, I know.
So, see, we're in that next generation
I
now.
know. I know.
It's the CRS generation, oh well.
Yeah, I was trying to remember stuff, and I mean, goddammit, I could sit here and, just talking to somebody that I'm, not like this, but just talking, I can just spit it out like anything, but then all of a sudden, you get to where you gotta try to really come up with something.
It'll come to you as you're walking out the door.
You're right. I should have told her that.
So, well, tell us a little bit more about your family history then. You guys started in citrus.
Right.
But then you
No,
branched.
in cattle and citrus.
Oh, okay.
Cattle, I mean, we're still in cattle and citrus.
Okay.
And cattle was a big thing. Those Hollingsworth brothers,
Right.
like I said, they ran all the land west of Arcadia, all the way to Manatee County, all the way around, and they would take cattle down to, not Punta Rasa, but another place right there, like going to Placida,
Okay.
and they would sell to Cubans.
Okay.
And put them on a boat. And I've got a picture of, it's like 4 oxen, a big wagon, and it says Mose is in here. And that means my granddad was in there.
Right.
And this was like 1907, and they're going to round them up, and they took Mose with them in the back, and there's a black guy driving the wagon,
oxen
and
team,
he's the
right.
cook,
Hmm.
that cooks for them every night. But, I mean, I just can't imagine how they did that and went all the way around, and were gone for 2 or 3 months or
Right.
whatever. But they got paid in gold and came back and had a good time.
They paid them in gold. I guess that's all they had back then, right?
That's right.
Huh.
Paid them in gold and came back and had a good time and wasted it.
After 3 months on the road, you'd want a rounder.
Well, those Hollingsworth boys were something else.
They worked hard and they played hard.
They did. They did.
So,
See, there weren't any fences back then. There were anything.
right. Now, is that part of the Cracker Trail, or is that,
No.
that goes, it's a north?
The Cracker Trail goes
north of
right
here.
across, from Zoffo on through.
Right.
But no, this is just, there weren't many people here when they did this.
I remember somebody else telling me that story about selling the cattle and fruit, maybe not fruit, just maybe the cattle to Cuba and over in that area.
Well,
so-
in Punta Rasa is
Mhm.
another one where
Okay.
they, on this side of town, they would take them down to Punta Rasa and sell them.
Okay.
But since we were on this side of Peace River, we would take them around this way
Okay.
and go that way. But those were the 2 places where a lot of cattle were sold. But anyway, the Hollingsworth brothers had cattle, and they had grove. And like I said, my dad and my granddad were born in a house in a grove.
Hmm. Here in Arcadia?
Yeah, out there, right out there.
Okay. And the grove that they had, was that a grove that they had
They own.
planted themselves, or did they graft them from wild seedlings that were already there, or what?
They were seedling trees.
They were seedling trees.
Yeah. And the one where the block's still there. Well, both blocks are still there, actually. And the one my granddad was born in, we call it the home grove.
Okay.
And the one my dad was born in, we call it the gay grove. And that's just what it was called. And then when my dad got older, right next to the gay grove, he built a house right there right by Horse Creek.
Okay.
And that's where we grew up at. 70 and Horse Creek.
So the seedlings, you said they're still there?
No, I've got some trees that are 100, we guess they're 120 years old.
Wow, how tall are they?
They used to be huge. They used to be huge. But because you got to where you couldn't get them picked. I mean,
Right.
they're too tall. They didn't make ladders tall enough.
Well, the ladders we had, you couldn't use anymore.
Yeah, that's
so-
right. Yeah, and and they're budded, and they were on grapefruit root,
Oh, wow.
and they were over 100 years old. It's called the Platt. Mr. Platt planted them. A man
Okay.
by the name of Mr. Platt.
Was it Henry Platt?
He was from here, but the grove is just across the DeSoto County line in Hardy County.
I want to say I have a postcard or a picture of him in that grove.
You do?
I think there's one in our archives. I've seen it somewhere.
No, I wouldn't doubt it. It's Mr. Platt. And everybody, Platt Grove, and it was. Now, a lot of those trees are died,
Right.
but there's still one here and one there. You know what I mean? And the trunk of those trees are, just
I'd love to see those and get a picture of that, so we,
I'll send you a picture.
okay, yeah, just give me the information on it, that'd
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you see it, they're all hollow-hearted. They always have been ever since I've known. But they've gone through hurricanes. They went through Hurricane Donna, Hurricane Charlie. They've been through everything, and
And they're still there, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I really would like to get a picture of those.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I'll get you a picture.
okay.
I will. Like I said, I still got, when we went through the bout with sour, and everybody, Tristeza and everything else,
Mhm.
I was planting bittersweet and then, planting, and they're still doing okay, they're still productive. Actually, it's the most productive grove I've got. And,
Oh, really?
yeah. Those were the very first trees I grew. I will tell you this story. So my first crop of trees I grew, and we had the freeze, the 83 freeze.
Right?
And my dad pushed this particular grove up. And my granddad said, "We ain't planting it back." I'm 83 years old. I will never see it grown. And so back then we all had two-way radios, the car one, the car two.
Right.
And so back then we had a guy that would drive my granddad around because he couldn't drive anymore. And so we'd tell him, "Okay, don't be going up this way today," because we started setting that grove.
Because we don't want Granddad to see
No,
that.
no. So we set it. It was like 300 acres, and we set it, got it set. And I had microjets in it and everything. It was
State of the art,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. And when he saw that, he cussed me. And actually, his secretary said, "V.C., they're going to call you to the post office. He sent you a certified letter saying," and I never went and picked it up because I already knew. She told me what it said. Said if I thought he was going to pay me for those trees, he is damn wrong. You are wrong. I am not paying you for those trees.
And he sent you a certified letter saying
Yeah.
that.
So, those trees grew faster than anything. In 4 years, he was still alive.
Thankfully, right? Just so you can say.
Now he called all his buddies from
No.
Wauchula to come look at, come here, I want you to look what I did.
Oh, my gosh.
That was my granddad now.
That's pretty funny. What did you say to him, though? You had to call
I
him
never,
out.
he, to this day, he thinks he never paid me for those trees. But he did.
Is he still on?
No, no, no.
Oh,
no.
you said to this day.
No,
I
no.
said, what?
No, but to this day, he doesn't,
Yeah.
he doesn't think he paid me for those trees. No, he died in 1989.
Okay. Another bad freeze year.
Yep, yep, sure was. But nothing like 80 and 83 down here.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Ooh. Yep, well, sometimes you wish that's all you had to worry about now, doesn't it?
No, I don't want any, no.
No.
I mean, we had cold this past winter.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, and it hurt. We had some blocks that get, especially a lot
And it
of.
was
There was
so.
a lot of blocks in DeSoto County that got hurt.
But it was deceiving because, you know, you
There
didn't.
were 3 frost,
Yeah.
and they didn't freeze. It's the frost that did. You know, when the sun comes up and
Right.
and the trees got frost on it, it just burned. It's like a flame thrower. I mean, it burns
Like a
it.
vampire.
Yeah,
The sun hit you, yeah.
yeah.
But that was what was so deceiving. You just didn't realize
Yeah,
that was happening.
Man, I'm so glad the first night, the weather people didn't even call the first night, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I had been watching it and everything else, and I knew I had all these young blocks. So I told my guy, I said, get up at 12 and go turn all that on, everything. And I'm glad I did, because people who didn't, they really got
Wow.
burnt bad.
Seeing that barely made a blip on the news. I didn't see anything about it.
The first one is what they, because the weather people didn't
Call it, right. They didn't call it.
And then they got the next 2, they called hard, and it didn't do
That was the first
nothing
one,
like
yeah.
the first one did. But we turned the water on, and everybody else did too, for the next 2.
Now, do you guys use the fawn system that they had?
I do, yeah.
No? Because I know that was one that John Jackson was involved
Yeah,
in
because
putting
one
together.
there's one right here, one of my, right by, up right here next to my grove.
Okay.
So, yeah, I use it for all my stuff up north, and then there's one, right out here. There's one, where's it at? I don't know exactly where it's at, but I look it up.
Right.
But there's 2 or 3 in Arcadia.
I know
Or
they're all
DeSoto
over, but
County.
it was like, it was at the time when he first did them, they were so helpful because I guess the National Weather Service wasn't doing it anymore.
No, yeah.
In terms of,
Yeah, well, it tells you exactly what the temperature is at that certain place right there at that certain time. You can
Right.
see exactly what it is and what the wind is and how high it is.
Okay.
How high it's cold. Yeah, I use it, yeah, and, like I said, I was up all night that night. Just
Thankfully.
riding and looking, and my fruit guy was too, and he's cutting fruit, and yeah, we had some fruit that had ice in it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, no, I do know, with greening, you don't want anything that, drought, freeze, nothing. You want anything that wears it down a little bit, it just, it can collapse with this greening, I'm telling you. That's another bad thing about greening.
It just decimates the tree health.
Yeah, anything that, drought or anything like that, it just doesn't have any roots. I mean, it's just like your veins are all stopped up and you can't get blood anywhere, so that's what happens.
Well, I hope this injection works. I mean, from everybody I've talked to, they think it is, but it's gonna be a long time in getting it
Oh,
done.
well, I heard something good about it yesterday. It'll pass,
For FDA?
yeah, FDA and, they think it in October.
I know they were pushing it for October.
Yeah, I think he told me the end of October, so. What you do is as you pick a block, you go through and you inject it.
Right. But I've heard people that have done it have said it's worked.
Yeah, and, well,
Well, yeah.
I know, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's worked pretty good.
mm-hmm. Anyways, we'll move on.
Yeah, I hope it does.
I do too.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of work.
Well, it's a lot of work, but at this point, if you're gonna have fruit on the trees, that's the only way to do it. The last men standing are gonna get it.
And that fruit's gonna have a lot better quality,
Yeah.
a lot better quality.
Well, and they said there's not as much fruit drop with it too.
Right, and good quality.
Yeah. The sugars are up.
Yeah,
I mean, that's been, I think, the most, between the fruit drop and the low sugar ratios in there, that they can't get enough fruit to make the juice.
No, it takes, you know, it does. You know, that's why Order Naturals kind of changed their mix.
They've had to. They've been,
Yeah.
can't be 100% anymore.
No. Nope. But good tasting product.
It is a good tasting product.
Very good.
Yeah. I mean, I moved into Vero Beach, so, you know, Natalie's is over there.
Yeah.
So I had,
Yeah, it's Natalie, but what's
Mary Grace and Bobby Sexton,
Bobby and Randy?
Randy.
I went to school with Randy.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so
He lived in the citrus house with me.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we had a mess in that house, I'm telling you what.
So I saw Bobby the other day, because, so George Hamner's on my board, for Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
And, so I've got like Dan Ritchie, so there's like 3 or 4 of them that live over in that area that are all on my board. So anyways, I just moved to Vero, and George has kind of taken me under his wing, and so I meet the guys for breakfast every so often, not probably once a week, not every day like they go,
Yeah.
for breakfast. And so, anyway, so I'm getting a lot more education about the industry than I've had recently. Let's put it that way. And it's been a lot of fun. And Bobby was there at one of them, and so.
Well, is Randy still around?
I haven't seen Randy yet. I'm sure he probably is. I just haven't seen him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time.
I'll have to ask. Because, like I said, Bobby's there probably once a week. I'm there once a week, but not always on the same days.
From over there, Dave Robinson.
I don't know Dave Robinson, but Ron Edwards he meets with us.
Yeah.
Cody Estes.
I know Cody, but he wasn't up at school with me. That's about
Oh,
it.
no, you know, Scott Lambeth.
Yeah.
He went to school with you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or was
yeah.
he younger?
No, I think when I was getting out, he was coming in.
He was coming in,
Yeah.
because I know he's a couple years younger than I am.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I graduated in December. I graduated in 3.5 years. And in the class, you know, I graduated like that because I took summer school because I didn't want to have to come home and go to work. So the boys that I would have normally graduated with, like Steve Ford and all that
Right.
bunch of them, when they graduated, they tore the house down. And that house is not there anymore.
But they didn't physically, them.
Yes,
They did?
they messed it up so bad they had to tear the house down.
Oh, my gosh. See, we'll have to get Steve Farr on tape for that.
Yeah, he can tell you about it.
Now, do you guys keep in touch pretty much then, all
Steve?
the citrus, well, I mean, all the citrus grads from Florida Southern?
Well, Steve and I do. There's not,
Was Jim Snively in there with you, or he was a few years behind you?
Jim Snively was behind me, yeah. Let me think of the boys like Brian Long, and he's over on the East Coast. I don't know what he's doing. Bobby Smith, and he's in Wauchula. He doesn't have anything to do with citrus. Really, me and Steve Farr
The main?
would be the main, or the citrus people anymore. Yeah. It's weird.
Well, like I said, it's a shrinking industry.
Huh?
Said it's a shrinking industry, and it's
Yeah,
sad to
it
see,
is.
but.
It is, but Steve and I are, yeah, we're close, and he's got a place, Little Gasparilla, and I'm right there in Posita, so we're down there all the time and stuff. And, I know who, boy from Florida Power, not Florida Power and Light, but, U.S. Sugar, Jim Snively.
I just said Jim Snively.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But Jim was, yeah, he was 2 or 3 years behind me.
Behind you, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Jim, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Jim, he Winter Haven boy,
Yeah,
and
and his brother,
Josh.
yep,
Yep.
yep. I used to do a little bit, what's he doing now?
I think he's still with chemical, the oil,
Right.
chemical.
Yeah, well, Jim sits with me on the board of Florida Natural.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he represents U.S. Sugar.
He's on my Hall of Fame board too.
Yeah, okay.
So,
And Jim's a good boy.
yeah, he just, well, like I said, he grew up with him in Winter Haven.
Yeah.
So, well, is there anything else that you want to tell us about the industry as you know it?
No, I don't, I mean, I'm sure there will be. I'm gonna get your phone number so I
We'll
can
come
at least
back and
call
do
you.
it again, absolutely.
And if I remember something that just pops in my head, but no, I've enjoyed talking to you and going over this. I mean, I've enjoyed somebody hearing about my granddaddy and my daddy too. And,
Absolutely.
Because they were, I mean, my granddad was a character, heck of a character.
We'll have to do it again and get some old pictures and stuff and,
Oh, man, I got
do an
'em.
actual history of just that. So that would be fun.
I got them, man. And I got a ton of them.
That'd be fun, yeah, if then we could just do one just on that would be nice.
Yeah, okay.
So, okay, well,
We'll
thank
do it.
you. Appreciate you being
Hey,
here.
I'm glad to do it. You call me anytime. And